Hey everyone, it's Megan, Elizabeth, and Erin Joy.
Hello.
Back with you guys from AboveRubyStudio.com and AboveRubies.ctmh.com. We're having some fun today, creating a bunch of stuff, and we actually have a wedding this 4th of July weekend. Well, I don't have a wedding. I wish it was my wedding. A friend is getting married, so we decided to make a wedding card. And since it's 4th of July, we thought it would be kind of fun to incorporate, you know, kind of the 4th of July Stars and Stripes theme without it being like fireworks and red, white, and blue. And their wedding is kind of shabby chic, I guess you could say. I mean, their invites were on Kraft cardstock, yes, and it's a little bit more of like a shabby chic theme. So we're going to experiment today with some ideas that I had and she had. We're going to use 2 Cricut cartridges. We're going to use Art Booking and Artfully Sent. Artfully Sent is the scrapbook or the card maker's dream cartridge. And honestly, it is the dream cartridge for those who aren't card makers to make dream looking cards.
Absolutely.
Because it's impressively easy when you're not a paper crafter to make
absolutely
awesome stuff. And then the same goes for the Art Booking. This one is more of a scrapbooking cartridge, but it does full scrapbook layouts that you don't even have to think about, or you can make them your own. So it's really nice. They're great complimentary cartridges. You can get them now at AboveRubies.ctmh.com. We are going to just use the Close to My Heart. We're actually going to use some of this, what's left of my Blossom card making kit. And what I like about this is that it comes with pre-cut cards and envelopes ready to go for you, and they're already scored. Awesome. So they're really nice, you know, bases, and they're already scored, so you don't have to mess with like making sure they're even or anything like that. And they're a standard A2 size card, which means they're 5.5 by 4.25. So you have a great card base to start with. And I have my Kraft cardstock all ready to go. And what we're going to do is cut out the Mr. and Mrs. from Artfully Sent. It's on page 34. It is the pop-up card, but we're not actually making it as a pop-up card. We're going to do our own thing with it, but we're just going to cut out this front piece here. So we're not going to do the full whatever. So you need to turn on the pop-up, oh, that's the pocket one, pop-up card function. You're going to hit Shift and then the letter V, which is right here, and it should come up in your window as Mr. and Mrs. Now I am going to cut it at 5 inches, and we're going to kind of do a little hopeful, fingers crossed, that it fits the right way on the card the way we want it to.
Okay.
Because I'm not exactly sure how we want this cut out. So we're just going to try it at 5 inches and see what we get. Cutest kid in the entire world. The cutest kid in the entire world. Yeah, that's pretty big. A little bit too big for our card front. For a 5x7 card, that's really cute, but okay, so that's too big. That's fine. We're going to go down to 3.5. I'm going to do a line return so it goes down to the next portion of my page. And honestly, I'm thinking this will be almost perfect. So we're going to just do a repeat last, because we're not doing this as a pop-up.
It'd be really cute to add that piece to the gift wrap.
You could add that on the gift wrap or on the gift bag.
Yeah.
Might do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be the perfect size, I think. It'll go right on the front of the card. So sometimes you just have to play with sizes. That's like, it is one of the pros and cons if you're using the Expression. If I was using the Explorer right now, I'd be able to see right on my computer screen like what size it is and then make it what I need it to be, which is really easy.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter, but yeah, oh, this is going to be really adorable though. So it's just going to cut out the Mr. and Mrs. And it actually leaves the "and" on the inside there like it is because it's a pop-up card. But I actually really like that it cuts it out, but it's still there. We could cut it out the rest of the way. I'm not going to. Do you see how it does that?
Yeah, love it.
Because then it can be more interactive with your "and," but I don't think we need it to be. No. I think we can just leave it as is, especially when we do our stamping on here that we're going to do, or masking. So I need to get rid of this. I just throw paper on the floor here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. It's not like we need trash cans or anything. My little nephew buddy here, Tommy, you can tell he's like majorly fighting sleep. Like he looks so tired, but he is like kicking and squirming like you would not believe.
I'm not tired.
I don't care what you say. I'm not going to sleep. I won't do it. All right, I'm just gonna grab another piece of cardstock or paper. Don't know where that came from. I need to switch out my cartridge from Artfully Sent to Art Booking. And now what I need is, and it doesn't matter what color this is in, you could actually do this in more of like a stencil material too, so that you can reuse it a couple times, but I'm using an overlay. So we're going to turn on our overlay function. I'm going to do it just nice and big at 5 3/4, whatever size. And I'm going to do the long one here on page 64, so it's the shift. Overlay function's already on, and then we need to do the letter J for this guy. And you should see it come up. And with this, you want to make sure your mat is good and sticky, otherwise it's going to, with all those little pieces and stuff, you might have a little bit more of a mess. So to get good clean cuts, make sure you have a good sticky mat and good paper. This is Cutmate's cardstock. Close to My Heart cardstock works really well too. But something that's going to cut really clean for you to do this kind of overlay. So that's done. We're going to unload that. And this is our little mask. So I'm just going to close this. I just have a piece of scrap paper here to do this on. And basically what's going to happen here is this is going to get attached to the front of our white card base. I mean, it's going to be really simplistic, but I think it's going to be really beautiful. Now, gold's more color or more silvers for the wedding? Do you know? Not that it really matters, but
I think more gold.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a pigment tower. It's the mini ink pads that Close to My Heart does. They're very similar, not exactly the same ink pad, but they are pigment inks from similar to the by Megan Elizabeth ones. Not the same colors, but they're actually made at the same. They were made at the same factory. But anyway, I'm just gonna open these guys up. This is the Neutrals Tower. It is number Z2503. That's Z2503. And it's all of the more neutral colors, which are the blacks, the browns, the creams, the whites. And I'm going to actually use, I think it's desert sand. Oh, cashmere. Cashmere, and I don't think maybe I'll use desert sand. Yeah, there's desert sand. That's a little more gold. And this is where you can see like why having a good cutting cardstock is important, because there's little pieces that get left behind and you don't want to have paper snags and tears for doing a stamp overlay. So just remove any of the little pieces that are left behind so that you can have a nice background. And this is just really our stamping stencil. So this is going to go over top of here. And I'm going to start with cashmere. It's a little bit lighter. And I'm just going to dab it on right on top of everything. And you'll see the stars and the stripes kind of peek through, but it's not going to be like screaming like patriotic, you know.
Yeah, still very classy and elegant.
Right. And it's very tone on tone too. Like you could do more of a white and get kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? like a chalked look, but I'm going to do a couple colors right on top of here just so you can kind of see like a dimension and a difference. And once that dries, you'll see it's not going to dry quite as bold, but you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll do this desert sand right over top. And I love the way desert sand looks on Kraft. It is a little more olive in tone, and the way it just comes out on Kraft paper I think is awesome. Now I'm going to use some white daisy for a final blend-in color. It'll give it a more chalky look and feel, which I like. I'm just doing a little bit of extra white around the edges. A little definition, just a little, I don't know, I like the chalky feel on the Kraft cardstock. Okay. And we'll wait a minute for that to dry. And then we're actually going to pop it up on the front of our card here. Whoops. And there goes my towel. While we wait for that to dry, I'm going to grab my gold shimmer trim from Close to My Heart. And let's see, I'm going to kind of position this a little bit where I want it, and this is going to go along the bottom edge. And I don't need this much of it. But this already has adhesive on the back of it as well. Yeah. Tommy's telling us. He's like, no, I'm not going to sleep, guys. I love how glimmer trim works. It's just so easy and mess-free, but you still get that glitter shimmer. Alright. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab some foam adhesive, dimensional squares, dimensional whatever you got going on. I'm going to do all four corners of our Mr. and Mrs. These are just some I had laying around. You can use the You Cut It foam. Whatever you have on hand. Alright, and there you have your Mr. and Mrs. 4th of July-ish shabby chic wedding card. It's pretty simple. Really to do, and you know, just kind of gives it that, it has the stars and stripes, but it's not crazy look and feel. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Tuesday tutorial. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you again soon at AboveRubyStudio.com. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching another Above Ruby Studio video. I am Megan Elizabeth, and I really hope that you go ahead and click that red subscribe button if you haven't already. Come on over to AboveRubyStudio.com, get in touch with me through the contact form at any time, and I will get right on back to you. 2 other channels you can go ahead and check out. Have an awesome day, and thanks again. Enjoy the moments.